Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the His and Hers the Truth podcast. My name is Tuan. This is my beautiful wife.
Sim, great seeing everyone again, and welcome to our channel of His and Hers. As you know, we like to speak about the truth.
Yes, and guys, obviously, while you're here, please do us a huge favor, right? Subscribe to the channel, right? Our goal is trying to hit 1,500 subscribers from the end of this year.
Yep.
Do a huge solid and obviously smash that like button and turn on your notification bell. I know even times I've had a hard time notifying because obviously we're like shadow banned, honey. So guys, just do us a huge favor and push and share the truth out there. Guys, we are doing today part 2 of a reaction video that we just did recently where we discussed body counts, specifically Japanese. I guess, you know, it was an interview of these Japanese girls and their body counts. But I honestly think this is going to be the norm just in general with all Asian girls, all ethnicity girls in general, right? So this is going to be part 2 of that, guys. And of course, obviously, guys, watch the whole video and share and comment. We love all your guys' questions and comments. Keep them coming. As promised, like I said, we're going to try to do a live where we're going to react and obviously answer all your guys' questions and comments. And so please have your questions for us during that day as well, too. So watch out for that post. Anything else, honey, before we begin?
No, let's get rolling.
Okay, I'm kind of, excited, but at the same time, I was going to see, like, what your shock is going to be because that last video, that girl kind of shocked us with that number, but didn't surprise me, but still, definitely pretty crazy. So, let's go.
インタビューくれてありがとうございます。はい、お願いします。ご年齢とかでお聞きしていいですか？
はい。先月20歳になりました。
つい先月20歳になったってことで。はい、ちなみに今職業は
大学生。
大学生やられてるってことで。で今日なんですけど、日本人女性の方に、経験人数についてインタビューしてて、早速なんですけど、なんか初めての体験っていうのは何歳ぐらいにしました？
中 3？
中 3？ ってことは15とかですか？15、6。早いですね。大体なんかイメージ的にはなんだろう、高校生とかでも、ちょっと早いって言われてる。周りとかもどうですか？そんぐらいですか今の20歳は？
でもやっぱ高校2、3ぐらい
ですよね。もう中3でも一発目をちょっと軽くかましたってことで、早速経験人数は何人かちょっとお聞きできます？
数えきれてないんで最後に数えたのは150ぐらい。
150？ 20歳で？
そう、150。
ガチっすか？
ガチです。
それはどういうあれで出会ってるんですか？
なんかインスタとか学校の先輩後輩とか地元の先輩とか
最後に数えたのが20歳。
去年一昨年ぐらいで
150でもう数えるのはやめたと。
分かりません。
なるほど。150以上あると。その中でなんか一番これちょっと嫌だったなっていうか。
Okay, so before she gets into her experience, right? Because that's a lot to take in for my wife. Guys, obviously, I'm in this space a lot more than my wife is, right? She doesn't really kind of follow along with the RP community or the manosphere as much as I do. So these numbers, honestly, don't shock me.
It shocks me.
I hope it shocks you guys out there because I think, once again, I think a lot of my Asian brothers are still asleep. They haven't been woken up to this freaking matrix. I told you guys countless of times. But I'll start with you, honey. What do you think?
I'm pretty shocked because if you look at her, she looks like a nice girl, sort of,
Was nice what you wanted to use? Because I was going to say the exact same thing, but I wanted to say use a different word.
Okay, well, she didn't look like she would try to act like a modern girl because she got the sweater on. She's not trying to show her reveal.
Well, those other girls we reacted to didn't really either.
I know, but I'm just trying to say it's a shocker for her to be 20 years old, already having 150 plus body count. She said the last time I think I counted. She didn't say
it's more.
the exact.
100%.
Yeah.
It's more.
So that is a shocker. I mean, how could women just let their body be that way? It's like a trash compactor. Like you guys should think of your body as a shrine, right? And if you men put these kind of girls on a pedestal, I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
I'm blown.
What I was going to say, and there's a lot, guys. I mean, these videos always reveal so much, right? It reveals so much about the truth. It reveals so much about women's nature. That's the reason why it's such an eye-opener to modern-day men, because I think we've been so shielded, so lied to, so, obviously been indoctrinated to kind of ignore the truth as men. That's kind of reason why, like, I felt this, like, a long time ago, like, what the hell is going on with this world? I know a lot of you guys out there, my Asian brothers, I'm speaking to you guys. I know a lot of you guys are, like, thinking the same thing. But what I was going to say with her appearance was not that she was just a nice girl. My point I was going to say on this was that all these girls so far has been very average. Average Asian chicks, right? You're cutesy, you're fairly petite. She's not really petite when you look at her. This girl wasn't, but the last two chicks, right? Fairly petite, very stereotypical Asian girls. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Not supermodels, not freaking, K-pop stars, not freaking movies, not even
so you wouldn't even think about it.
So that's my point, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys to realize that the average girl, the average everyday woman that you see can have the potential for
and what did she
triple-digit body count.
What did she say? Instagram, all the social media,
Correct.
outreach, everything.
I was going to get into
like
that.
I said, there is no, I would say, diamond in a rough. It's not like you have to go. You have to go to the ends of the earth. That's not like there's no videos, no society.
Let me bring you guys up to some game, right? Like, listen to this, okay? We know by dating app stats, by freaking obviously just kind of research, right? That 20% of men are, for lack of better words, attractive to women, right? The stats actually say that 20% of men are not unattractive to women, meaning that women don't find them unattractive. It doesn't mean that they find them attractive, okay? But just for the sake of argument, we'll just say that there's a very small percentage of men that women find attractive. Do you think she's finding this 150 guys that she slept with within her locality?
No.
Hell no. Right?
Nope.
So that means she is going worldwide. She's going regional. She's going outside of her city, her, I know in Japan, they call it prefecture, right? Whatever. Her country.
Wherever.
So my point is, with this dating market, right? The social media apps, Instagram, the dating apps, whatever. These ladies, these women, these girls can get hit up by any dude.
Anywhere.
And if they want to, they can get flown out. They can fly out themselves, right? They can do whatever they want. And they have access to all these men. So that's what you have to deal with. That's what you're having to understand, that this is the modern dating experience. And this is the general average woman that you're going to run into. Now, it might not be like crazy like this girl, 200 body count. But I'm telling you guys, it is a lot higher than you think. My guess, like I said in the last video, it's 20 to 30. And guys, this is another thing about human nature. We have obviously set ourselves up in the modern day and age, right? To understand that, hey, when you're 18, you're an adult. I get all that, right? But from a biological standpoint, and I know my wife cringes about this, right? But from a biological standpoint, females are obviously going through their period cycle by the time they're 15 already, right? And so obviously your biological need to be able to reproduce is at a very young age.
Cringe.
Yes, it is, just because, like I said, hey, we've been taught in this day and age, right, that 18 is an adult. But let's be honest, our bodies don't work with what we think it works, right? Right? When you hit puberty, that's when your body starts going through these changes, right? And so regardless if you're 15, you're 13, you're 18, you're 20, the problem is your body's going through these changes. And if you have the opportunity for it, as women do, right? As women, you're going to get hit up by all these guys, all these people on freaking the dating app, right? So does it shock you guys? I really want to know, how many of you guys out there that, if you guys haven't watched, like, some of this Manosphere RP community space, maybe this is the first time you're seeing it. Does this shock you that these girls, and specifically Asian girls, right? Because when we think of Asian girls, we're thinking obviously innocent. We're thinking, growing up in a freaking well-to-do family, mom and dad, more traditional. You're going to be shamed if you're a freaking 304, right? If you're promiscuous. Does this shock you? Because it doesn't shock me.
It shocked me. It really shocked me.
All right, let's keep going here.
Wow.
最悪な経験みたいななんかあります？
なんかそこまで最悪ではないんだけど、なんか友達がホストにハマってて、そのホストとホテルに行ったんだけど、なんかホストがもうベロベロに酔ってて、なんか挿入した時に仲折れしちゃって。
なるほど。
うちはもうやる気満々だったから終わりなのみたいな。
そっから
もう立たずずっともう泥酔で寝てて、
150人いてもう一番最下位がそれだと。
やれなかったのが最悪。
もう 違いますね、僕が。
そう、やれなかったな。
ちなみに外国人の人とやったことってあります？
あります。
何人ぐらいやられました
11回いかない
な
ぐらい。
るほど。海外の人と日本人の違いとかって何かあります？
あ、でも外国の人は前儀なしで始ま
あ、やっ
る。
ぱそうなんです
そ
ね。
う。
やっぱ前儀は必要ですか？
ちょっと欲しいです。
ちなみに10人中もう全員前儀なかったですか？
なし。うん。
でもどうですか、その外国人と日本人やるならまあどっちがいいとか何かあります？
でもなんかちょっとサイズのこと考えたら外国人の方がいいけど、なんかそう大事にしてくれてるっていうのが感じれるから今やるのは日本人がいい。
ああ、なるほど。前儀があったらもうサイズは変えられないじゃないですか。でも前儀するかしないかは変えられるじゃないですか。ってことはもう外国人はもう伸びしろがあると。
やばい。
完璧だ。
完璧も
ということで
欲しいです。
はい。じゃあ前儀
お願いし
やり
ま。
ますしょう。お願いします。ありがとうございます。インタビューで。
Okay, okay.
Wow.
There's a lot in that, guys. And
Yeah.
I need you guys to decipher. So, honey, what do you think? Because we need to kind of decipher the womanese. Shout out to Donovan Sharp, right? He kind of coined that term. But what do you think about her last statements of obviously preferring Japanese because they do more foreplay in her mind? Maybe obviously, quote unquote, you know, obviously cherish her more. But she liked the size of obviously the foreigners more. Which one you think is she capping? Which one, like I said, I'm gonna let you react. What do you think before I make your bias?
I think she's capping. I mean, if the foreigner say fits a foreplay and do all that stuff, I think she would prefer the foreigner more, right? But then because the foreigner is just having hey, you know, you're just someone. It's a toy sort of deal. Don't have that passion for her. It's just like, hey, one night stand type deal. That's why she feels hurt. So then she's like, well, at least the Japanese guys will at least cherish me more, because once they found her body count and everything else and be like, hey, you know what, you're just sleeping around, so why would I cherish and care for you? Because most guys would put more work into it and love a person and do whatever they can if they actually feel for you, especially a man. But if you're no value, let me tell you this right now, woman, if you have no value towards a man, they're not going to try to get all out there, like put rose petals and take you out and do all this stuff, because they don't give a shit about you. So I'm going to be honest.
Guys, let me give you guys some game, you know, and this is my Asian brothers specifically,
So I'm
but
telling the
to
woman.
every guy out there, this is some game, right? What a woman lusts for and is passionate about versus what she thinks she wants is two different things, right? So the key is if you really want this woman, for lack of better words, to be submissive to you, and I can use all these toxic words, right? Be like, freaking, you own her, in essence. You got to touch her on both sides. You got to be able to hit both sides of the spectrum. And what I mean by this is, unfortunately, guys, hey, if you got small junk, right? And, you know, it seems to be that these interviews, obviously, they're just anecdotal. They're just a couple of girls, right? But it's fairly apparent that Japanese men are not as well endowed as these foreign men that they're referring to, right? But you notice that they still would prefer the foreigner because of the larger size, because of the aggressiveness, right? When they mean the foreplay, it's not that they want the foreplay per se. It's that they want you to have that connection to them, right? And so if you can make them feel that you're passionate about them, that you really care about them, instead of just using them as a sex toy and then throwing them off to the side, you would have these women by the grasp of your palm of your hand, right? And that's all women, guys. I mean, from the most innocent girl to obviously probably the most promiscuous girl. Now, granted, the promiscuous girls are going to be harder, right? Because what happens when you're a 304 and you're promiscuous? You've obviously been hurt so many times. You've been just ran through so many times, right? To have that bond with someone is going to be harder. But you notice even her, who's had over 150 dudes, right? She still wants that man, that top tier man. Because, guys, the guy that she lusts for is the top tier guy in her mind.
They want to feel valued.
Yeah, she wants to be valued
Accepted.
by that guy. Guys, don't listen to her cap. She doesn't want to be valued by that Japanese dude that she thinks cherishes her. No, that's a beta position, right? She doesn't want that guy. She just says, oh, I want that now just to sound better, because that other guy she knows is going to just hit it and quit it.
Yep.
But truly, she wants that guy that can hit it and quit it to really cherish her. But let's be honest.
They're not going
after 10 body counts, let's be honest.
Most of those guys aren't going to Cherish you. Sorry.
I mean, hey, we commented this. Would you after double digits body counts? You know,
make the comment.
And this is the thing, 100%. I want to talk to all my freaking loser ass, beta ass brothers out there, guys. The only dudes, and you can clip this or whatever, but the only dudes that's going to cherish a woman like that is going to be a beta ass dude, right? You're a lower value man that doesn't have options. That sexual access is so
strong.
like you're so freaking deprived of it that you're gonna want any girl, including a promiscuous 304, to want to sleep with you.
Yeah,
but she's not going to submit.
She still isn't.
She's
gonna be
still
happy.
lusting for that freaking foreigners junk.
She will cheat on you still.
100%.
If she had the opportunity to have a foreigner say, "Hey, you know what? Let me sweep you away off your feet somewhere," she will take that and leave your butt.
And she has the opportunity. We talked about the dating apps. We talked about how could she get to 150 without probably, right? If you think about the stats, 10%. If she only accepted 10% of the men, and she slept with let's say 200 people, right? 10% of 200 is what?
Yeah, that's what
that means she's freaking slept with. I mean, she's been contacted. She's been contacted, right, by over 2,000 dudes, and she only slept with 200 of them.
That's crazy.
That's how many hits, DMs that these girls are getting. Okay, guys. All right.
ありがとうございます。年齢とかってお聞きしていいですか？
あ、19です。
19歳。大学生とかですか？
働いてます。
何されてるんですか？
美容師やってます。
美容、これですね。で、今日なんですけど、日本人女性に経験人数についてちょっとお聞きしていて、19歳っていうことなんですけど、ズバリ経験人数お聞きできますかね？
あ、1人です。
1人、いいっすね。ちなみに初めては何年前とかなんですか？
半年前。
半年前。彼氏ですか？
あ、違います。
なんか初めてとかってイメージ的になんか彼氏が良かったとかそういう後悔とかってあります？
あります。
あるんですね。
はい。
今までその一人目のなんか経験ってなんかどうでした？なんかこれちょっと嫌だったなみたいなのとか。
嫌だったのはなんか初めて痛いじゃん。
わかんない自分は。
わかんないか。なんか痛いって言ってるのにまあやめないじゃん。それでその時言われたのがなんか頑張ってって言われたの。
もうマジで痛いって伝えてんのに。
そうマジで本当に痛いって言ってたのに大丈夫だよ頑張ってって言われて。
これやばいっすね。
やばいじゃん。
痛いって言ったらまあやめてくれるような人をちょっと探して、これからちょっと頑張っていきましょう。はい。ということでインタビューありがとうございました。ありがとうございます。Thank you for watching.
Okay, so that was the end of the video, right? So what do you think about that last girl? It looks like she said she only had one.
Yeah, she was
right?
19.
And it was her first time, and she only had 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
But, and like I said, I don't want to adjust your answer. I don't want to, freaking bias your answer too much, right, honey? But you notice that she didn't do it with a boyfriend, right? And she did it with a guy who didn't really seem to care.
Yeah.
What she wanted.
Well, yeah, because he told her to manage the pain.
So what do you
so
what do you think? What do you think?
I'm hoping she's not doing it for the money, like having someone support her.
Okay.
You know, like
okay, there was that
she
angle.
Said she was a hairstylist, and you know, hairstylist you meet people. I'm not sure where she works, but if you're working in a busy area like Tokyo or whatever, you meet people. You know, in certain things. I'm not sure about her whole outfit. She looks somewhat decently put together. She's a cute girl. She's petite looking, you know, right? So I know that people will pick her up, but for her to sleep with someone that didn't seem to care about her, sort of, so I think it was a one-night stand thing.
So my wife just revealed 2 things from that interview that you guys have to be aware of. And then also I want to caution you guys. First, you talked about how her appearance was, right? She dressed fairly conservative. And you notice that all the girls that this guy interviewed, they dressed very conservative. They weren't, no tattoos, right? No crazy haircuts or piercings, right? I warned you guys about this on multiple videos, but on that last video, right? These innocent looking girls are not innocent, okay? And then 2, right? What you said, he seemed to be a nice guy.
No.
So guys, even a girl that saved herself until she was 19 and was ready to give it to somebody, right? She wasn't willing to. A girl that waited that long, as stupid or maybe maybe not as smart, she still was waiting, right? She still didn't want to give it up to a nice guy. This is why we always say, right, nice guys finish last.
Yep.
Because women are not attracted to nice guys. So my Asian brothers, I'm not saying you go and become this asshole that screws her and says, hey, don't worry about the pain, shake off the pain.
Yeah.
But my point is, you got to play a position of a confident alpha guy. Mm-hmm. You play this friend zone, nice guy. Oh my God, I really feel, I really, care about what you're saying. I'm really passionate about, like obviously, your needs and your wants.
She's going to put you on a friend zone.
She's going to friend zone your ass, right? So you cannot do that because even her, who's waited, still didn't choose that nice guy, right? And even as innocent and as freaking conservative as she appeared, right?
Yeah.
And think about it, guys. Even though she had a negative experience, do you think that she's gonna go try to find a nice guy?
No, I don't think so. Because I don't know.
My wife is kind of, unfortunately, she doesn't want to say it because, right, you're trying to be nice. You don't want to admit the truth, and a lot of women don't want to
admit the truth.
You're better than most. You're better than most, but you're trying to say it in a more nice way. And the truth of the matter is that what women want is not, unfortunately, flattering, right? They want the guy that has the values to give them the best opportunity, and the thing is, those guys don't have nice traits, right? Those guys don't have beta, shy.
Most of them are jerks,
right? They can be jerks in the indoctrinated sense that we've been taught that guys like that are jerks, right? You want what you want. You're gonna say what's on your mind. You're not gonna be nice about it. You're not gonna sugarcoat it. We've been unfortunately indoctrinated to believe people like that, guys like that, are jerks. But are they jerks if they're really just telling you, hey, this is what it is?
Well, she should have saved herself for the right guy because, think about it. I mean, she looks like she's decent, good looking. She, whatever else, she should have saved herself for the right guy and be like, someone's going to put that ring on her finger and probably cherish her because now she has a bad experience, whatever else. But like I said, if she wants a thrill, I don't think she's going to go to a nice guy.
And guys, the stats unfortunately doesn't show it, but after this first one, and the fact it wasn't her boyfriend, and the fact that she didn't commit to him, there was no commitment, obviously it was just sex, the chances of her bonding and having a happy marriage, because the stat, remember we did a video on this research, right? Excuse me. After the second one, that happiness factor drops by more than 50%. So your chances of being in a happy marriage literally is just out the door after 2 or 3. Under 5, I get it. Under 5 still gives you your best chance, right? Under 5. The stats show that 4 or less still gives you the best chance. But my point is, after that first one, the second one drops by like 50%, 60%. So it goes from like 80% success rate to like under 50% after that second one.
That's true.
And she's already on her second one, technically. And she didn't even commit to that first one.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so important that we had a system in place that was protecting women from this situation. But we don't have it anymore, guys. Right? Now, the only way you're going to have it, because it's not in society anymore. There's no society, cultural thing that is protecting this, except for maybe like some Muslim country, right? Something like that, where like they're totally shaming women, keeping them covered. But for the most part, no modern-esque society, including Asia, has this place. So it's up to the parents. And like I told you guys, is parents really told that that's okay to do now? Hell no, right?
I don't care what people think.
Every parent is told nowadays, hey, girls can be boys can be girls, let your kids do this, be more friends with your kids. Hell no. My kids are my kids.
House.
I'm not freaking being friends with them, You can call me an asshole, whatever, but I'm whipping my kids' ass if they're doing something wrong, Try to call CSI or CIS on me. Go ahead, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not freaking letting this crap come into my house. I'm sorry,
You're a girl, you're a boy, that's it.
But anyways, guys, that's the lesson, right? Is that average Asian girls are going to get just as many, if not more, DMs than any other ethnicity girls. Yeah. So if you think that they're innocent, if you think that they have a low body count, if you think that they're wifey material,
think again.
I would think to favor, you know, like I said, you better watch yourself, know the game, wake up.
Obviously, do your research, do your background check.
Find things. For example, right? One thing, you know, there's a couple of things that you can tell, right? I'll give some hints, for example, right? I'll give some hints. You're on a date with this girl, and she's like, oh, I've been here before.
Boom.
Bam, that's one, right? If she's on her phone constantly while she's with you,
boom.
Bam, that's another one,
you already.
Right? If she tells you, oh, I want to go to this place or go to this place.
And she knows a lot of places.
Boom. Bam. Right? If you pick her up and she says, oh, I've been in this car before.
Bam.
Bam. Things like that.
Or she knows a lot of like.
The point is, there's a reason why men want girl with no experience or for the lack of words, naive. Right? Because that means they haven't lived through a whole lot of experiences. That means they haven't been taken on a whole lot of dates. That means guys haven't shown them a lot of things. So the more that she knows, the more that she reveals. And guys, women are very, like I was telling you guys in the last video, right? Women are kind of stupid. They kind of tell on themselves, right? So if she kind of reveals all these things to you, they're red flags.
You guys got to be aware, listen.
Yeah.
You know, don't get played.
Don't be distracted by the poon.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't be distracted by the sex, right?
Think with your mind, not with
Unless
your down
that's all
there.
you want. Unless that's all you want. Hey,
Then,
my players, my Asian brothers that want to play, go play, right? But don't be committing to something like that, you know? From your dad out there that's trying to teach my sons too, right?
What they always say.
Don't get played out there. So, but anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Check you guys next time.
Bye.
Join us as we give you guys a glimpse into our lives, give you guys advice, hopefully give you guys entertainment value as well too, and provide you guys better outcomes.
Yes.